Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR and over here we talk reactions and reviews. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go. What's goody everyone? Welcome back to another reaction video. Happy Friday everyone. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody is okay and feeling great. You guys, you know, I'm not feeling so well today. Unfortunately, tomorrow we have to travel out of town because one of my family members, a cousin, one of my first cousins was murdered, and we are having to go bury him tomorrow. So we have to travel out of town, and y'all, when I tell you my heart is so heavy and hurting so bad, you know what, it just makes me I just want to share something with you guys about family. You know, y'all, I have a really big family on my mother's side and on my father's side of the family, and you know, you get so caught up in life, sometimes you don't stop to just check on people, right? And you know what I want to make a habit of doing is, even if I don't talk to you physically, but if I don't do anything but text you, you know, or send you a message on social media to, you know, my family and my friends, to let you know that I'm thinking about you and I love you. Because, you know, a lot of times, y'all, we just get caught up, we get busy, and we just don't have time to reach out to second and third cousins or aunts and uncles, or, you know, just family, period. We don't make a lot of time, and I'm very guilty of that, y'all. I'm very guilty of not really making the time to reach out to my family like I should on both sides. And like I said, y'all, I have a very large family, and then I have cousins obviously who's had children, and their children are having children, so you know, family is getting bigger and bigger. But I just want to, you know, bring awareness to the fact that, y'all, we need to call each other, and we need to reach out to our loved ones, you know. We really do, because you never know when it's gonna be your last time saying something to somebody. And I don't want to live life with regrets, and what I'm feeling right now is some regret, because I hadn't talked to that cousin in quite some time. It's, you know, it had been a long time since I spoke to him, and now I'm living with the pain of I'll never be able to speak to him again. So I don't mean to dampen the mood, because I do understand today is Friday, y'all, but that was on my heart, and I just wanted to, you know, share that with you guys. All right, y'all, let's get on to this reaction video, because like I said, I didn't mean to dampen your moment or your mood, okay? But sometimes you may not want to hear something, but you gotta hear something. All right, y'all, your girl, I'm on my way now to get myself dolled up. I gotta get my nails done. Don't be coming for me in the comments about my hands, y'all. I'm busy throughout the week, so I'm getting ready now, go to the nail shop and get my nails done, and you know, get myself prepared to go out of town. But yesterday, you guys, I saw my Jazzy Life. She went live yesterday, right? Well, I caught her replay. That's what it was. So I'm looking at the live and I'm listening to Jasmine. And what I noticed with Jasmine, you guys, whenever she go live, it's something always wrong. And I'm not saying that being shady by any means, y'all, but it's the truth. If you watch Jasmine, you know, a lot of times when she go live, is she going through something. And for some reason, I can't figure out why Jasmine uses social media as a source of therapy. And maybe that's not what she's doing, but that's what she says. When she gets on live, she starts talking about she's frustrated, she's overwhelmed, she's tired, she's going through something. And when she's going through it, she picks up the camera. You know, it just, I don't know, y'all. So if you didn't catch the live, or if you didn't want to watch the live, let me get you caught up to speed, sis. So Jasmine, what I got out of the live was she saw a post on social media from her brother, okay? And her brother posted a video of his best friend's little girl, right? So from what I understood what Jasmine was saying, because y'all know how Jasmine, she'll say something but she really won't say it all. So what I gathered out of her conversation was that there was a birthday party and she wasn't invited. Her and her kids wasn't invited. So I guess once she saw the post of her brother with his best friend's little girl,
it made her feel some type of way, because she was like, you hugged up and posed up with somebody else's child, but yet you don't come over here and get your nieces and nephews. And I feel her on that, right? But let me finish. So I guess in the midst of her having this conversation, this birthday party that the best friend had for his little girl came up, and the brother basically told her, I guess he told the best friend not to invite Jasmine and her children because Jasmine hollered at her kids too much. So basically what I took out of that, he was more than likely saying that Jasmine and her kids is an embarrassment to him. That's the only thing I could figure out, because you hollering at your children, like, what? Okay, people, everybody holler at their kids, but I think the brother was coming from a point of Jasmine kids don't know how to act in public. I'm just saying. So now I'm gonna say this. At the end of the day, I'm saying this to Jasmine's brother. And we do know Jasmine's brother probably don't watch my videos, but blood is always thicker than mud, okay? Now, I understand this is his best friend, and they've been through thick and thin, and the best friend been there for him, from what Jasmine says, blah, 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 but that's still mud. Jasmine and her children are your blood, okay? And you don't never take mud over blood, period. But I'm going to say this. In all fairness, Jasmine's children are a handful for her. And many times Jasmine shows on camera how she can't handle her children, right? So if you can't handle your children and you're the mother, and most children, if not all children, should fear the parents, right? As far as when I say fear the parents, or have some type of respect for parents. And although Jasmine's children are little, but they're still at the age when if Jasmine say don't do that, they should be like, ooh, mama mean business. Yeah, Jasmine's children don't appear to do that. And the reason why people know that is because Jasmine continuously puts her kids on camera when they're in a position where they shouldn't be filmed, right? She shows her children vulnerability. So Jasmine was upset behind that. That really hurt her feelings, y'all. She started crying on the camera. And, you know, for a moment, y'all, I felt for Jasmine. And I feel her. But she's just like basically nobody ever wants to be bothered with her children. She's always around her kids. And that's true. Jasmine is always around her kids. But what I would say to Jasmine is, Jasmine, you need to figure out something, sis, to have that degree of separation. Until Jasmine gets that. Jasmine, I didn't mean to break off my thought, y'all, but Jasmine strikes me as the type of person where a hard head makes a soft butt. Jasmine seems very hard-headed and bullheaded, because many people tell Jasmine what she should do. Many people give Jasmine constructive criticism, and a lot of those people are coming from the heart. They are very sincere, but Jasmine refuses to listen to anybody. She continuously comes on camera to let people know how she's feeling, and what she's doing is she's further tarnishing her brand, right? Because at the end of the day, Jasmine channel is supposed to be a mom channel, family channel showing mom life, right? And we know mom life is not perfect. No one's saying that. But every time you're having an imperfect situation does not mean that you need to put it on camera, baby, because you got to save some things. You just got to save some things. Everything is not meant for the public view, right? And me personally, y'all, I really feel like a lot of people that subscribe to Jasmine's channel, they mainly subscribe to her channel for the train wreck, right? They're subscribing because they want to see what idiot or idiotic thing that she's going to say or do. That's just my opinion, y'all. When people think about Jasmine's channel, they're not thinking real mom life over there. They're thinking real train wreck. And that's not me being hateful. That's me being real. And I know that from my comment section. I know that from her comment section of her live chats or her videos. Whenever the comment section open, a lot of people are like, Jasmine, you're a good mother. And then a lot of people like, sis, there's a lot of room for improvement. And at the end of the day, we all can improve on our mothering, because no one's the best at anything, okay? But some of us are better than others. I'm gonna say that, okay? And in Jasmine's situation, she shows continuously how she does not know how to be a mom, or how she hates being a mom because she continuously complains about her children. And don't get me wrong, y'all, me being a mother of 4, there's been many times where I wanted to say, Calgon, take me away, okay? But then when I say that, I'm like, okay, if Calgon takes me away, who gonna take care of these kids? Like, Jasmine always says nobody never come get her children. But when have y'all ever seen Jasmine with anybody else's kids? Have y'all, and just leave it down in the comments, when have y'all ever seen Jasmine with anybody else's kids? Yeah, you never see her with anybody else's kids. So Jasmine, you want people to babysit your children, but you're not babysitting nobody else's. And if you are, sis, you're not showing that on the camera. And I would think you would show that on the camera because that's content, right? So Jasmine said that she was very hurt behind her brother. And you know what? Her brother doesn't have children. At least I don't think he does. Her brother doesn't have children. So he doesn't know what it means to be a full-time parent, right? He's a part-time uncle. So he doesn't know what it feels like to be a full-time parent. And Jasmine, instead of, you know, getting on your camera crying about it, sis, you should have really sat there and stressed that sincerity to your brother about how you seeing him on camera with somebody else's child and never on camera with any of his own nieces and nephews, how that really bothered you, instead of sitting on your camera complaining to a bunch of strangers that can't help your situation, sis. Like, it's just that simple, right? So, you know, y'all, look, Jasmine continuously, and I don't understand why her mother, and y'all, look, y'all can say what y'all want to say. I don't understand why her mother doesn't tell her this. Jasmine continuously comes on her camera, and when she complains about her kids, it comes off like she doesn't like her children. Like, think about it, y'all. If you listen to your homegirl day after day or every other day say how much it's so stressful dealing with your kids, and your kids get on your nerves, and your kids blah, 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 blah. Like, this is every time y'all pick up the phone with each other, your homegirl on the phone for the first 30 minutes complaining about the kids. Sis, what type of feeling is that gonna leave you with? That's gonna leave you with an impression like, sis really don't like being a mama, and she damn sure don't like her kids. When you listen to Jasmine, that's the vibe you get. So again, your channel is about being a mom, but yet when you come to this channel, we're not hearing mom life. We're hearing you're stressed out, you don't know how to handle things, you're just like everything is just, you're depressed. And I understand depression, right? But when someone is depressed, and Jasmine's already spoke on how to get help, but yet she says she doesn't have money for medicine, but yet she went a couple of vlogs ago and spent money to get liposuction. It's like, sis, which one are you gonna do? Are you gonna feel good, or are you gonna look good? It's like, sis, come on now. It's not hard. See, that's what I'm saying, y'all. It makes it hard to feel sympathy or empathy for Jasmine when she says one thing in a video and does another in another video. And again, y'all, we watch these channels because we are subscribed to them. We've been watching them for quite some time, and we're intrigued by what's going on. And like I said, Jasmine has to understand that she has to teach her children how to act inside the home and outside the home. Because to be quite honest with you, from what she says, nobody in Philip's family helps her with her children. And it sounds like nobody in her family helps her with her children either. But think about it. Who would be crazy about coming to pick up your kids when they hear out of your own mouth? Like Jasmine, they hear out of Jasmine's own mouth how unbearable her children act. Well, sis, if they acting that way with you and you the mama, what you expect with anybody else? At the end of the day, Jasmine has to teach her children how to act inside the home and outside the home. And until she does that, she's going to always be stuck with the issue where nobody will come get her kids. Now, again, we have heard Jasmine say several times that she cannot wait till Philip gets out of jail. And who's to say when Philip is going to get out? Because he's supposed to have a 5-year sentence, and I think he's only done, 2 years of that 5-year sentence. And at the end of the day, sis got a whole bunch of days before they decide to let Philip out. I mean, COVID-19 wouldn't even let that man out. So, you know, I think they're going to make quick, y'all excuse me for the jumping around. I think they're going to make Philip do all his time. But again, Jasmine has to learn how to handle herself and her children before she expect for anybody else to do it. Like, sis, you can't, you know, it's just like you can't send your kids out the door all, you know, hair uncombed, clothes all over the place, and and food all on their face and expect for somebody else to clean them up. And I'm just using that as an analogy. I'm not saying that's what Jasmine's doing, but you have to understand, like when you send your kids out the door, sis, you got to send them out the door prepared, right? Because you can't expect for anybody else to raise your children but you, right? So I don't know, y'all let me know down below. I you know, and like I said, she continuously always shows how her children misbehaves on camera. It's like, I don't know if Jasmine thinks it's funny or she thinks it's cute, but she needs to take some tips from her friend Chrissy. Chrissy very rarely shows you what them kids are doing and what's going on with them. Like, even when she feels like, when she's on live and she feels like those children are getting ready to get amped up, what she do, y'all? She puts that phone on mute. She does whatever she does to get those kids to calm down, and then she comes back on the camera. Or then when she feels like she just can't get a hold of the house, then she just cuts the live off. Jasmine won't do that. She will show you them kids screaming and howling, throwing stuff, having tantrums, and everybody sitting in the chat like, oh my God. And then she wonders why she gets the comments that she gets, because Jasmine, you continuously over and over again shows us your vulnerability. And as we know, people prey off of weakness. And as long as you keep showing people you weak, they gonna keep preying on that. Like, it's not, you know what, y'all, I really wish that I was a person that was close to Jasmine, because I really feel like I could sit down and tell sis a couple things or two. Sis, nobody else gonna tell her. Her homegirl, her mama, grandma, whoever. Nobody else is gonna tell Jasmine anything. So I just really wish I could get a chance to sit down and say, sis, listen, yeah, you can't continuously keep doing that, you know? Like, we all have those mommy moments, but Jasmine, she has to understand what's important. Is your sanity more important, or keeping a couple dollars in your pockets? Since sometimes you got to spend that money to get the things that you want and need, and that's not always necessarily new wig, new hair, or a pair of sunglasses or whatever. I'm just throwing stuff out there, y'all. Like, you're gonna have to pay to get that piece. And even if that means, because she's there in Texas daycares are open, even if that means that she's gonna have to pay a couple of days a week for those kids to go to some type of child care, I mean, sis, either you gonna do that, or you're gonna have to figure out a way to get sanity in your home. And just sitting there talking about, oh my God, these kids stressing me out. Yes, sis, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. And I just don't understand why Jasmine feel like social media is her therapy. Yeah, sis, social media is not your therapy. Social media is that, social media. Yeah, that's it. That's clearly it. And I guess she takes it like she's venting to a room full of mommies who can feel where she's coming from. And it's true. There are a lot of women that watch Jasmine and feel where she's coming from. But at the end of the day, these women have friends and maybe family members that they can pick up the phone and call and talk to. Yeah, obviously, because, you know, Jasmine says that, you know, she can't even talk to her own sister, you know, because of her sister's disability. So the only person she really has is her brother. And I guess she felt in a way her brother betrayed her when she saw that. Like I said, y'all, it goes deeper, because I really feel like Jasmine is very overwhelmed with managing her children on a daily basis. Everything stresses Jasmine out. Everything frustrates Jasmine when it comes to the caretaking of those children. And like I said, Jasmine, you need to be careful. We'll keep stressing that, because it will make people think that you don't love and like your children, because you always complaining about them. Y'all let me know down below what y'all think. And I most definitely will see y'all in the next video.
Guys, what you love. Bye-bye.